Hello and welcome to our Bible Together Bible podcast, where we get to talk about the Bible together. I am going to adjust something a touch there. We are today going to be looking at Judges chapter 8. We're not in our usual costumes because we have some messy work to do this afternoon. So we look a little different, but we're still doing our normal Bible study. And that should mean we get to look at the book of Judges today. Judges chapter 8. How you doing, my dear?
Pretty good.
Ready for a fun-filled day of cleaning?
Yeah, I guess so. I enjoy cleaning. I mean, I like organizing. But what we're doing today is throwing a lot of stuff away, and then I can organize, which makes me even happier. Uh, I really like cleaning out a space and making it like new again.
We're going to read about how God cleans out Israel a couple times here in Judges chapter 8. That's kind of the whole book of Judges, right? It's just cleaning up Israel over and over, sometimes with some purging. But this is our Bible study where we read through the Bible together and just see what God's got for us in the moment and hopefully commit no heresies along the way. I feel very low. Do you seem low?
No.
Is my chair low?
What do you mean by you physically?
Yeah, I don't feel like I usually have to lift
Physical
my Bible
space.
this high. No, I feel emotionally low.
Well, that could have been what you meant.
Because we have to go, there's something wrong. We have to go to our kids' school.
Oh yeah,
And-
Caleb's going into middle school.
And it's just, I hate these first days where you go visit everything because there's always so many people and it's just chaos.
Oh, I'm sad because he's not in elementary school anymore. It's like a big thing. He's not a teenager yet, but he's like getting closer, and it's really sad.
Yeah.
He's been kind of. He's thought he was an adult for a long time now.
Yeah.
Or at least a teenager. He thought he was a preteen. He thought at 10 he was a preteen. He's 11 now. And he thought he was a preteen. And like, no. I guess he kind of is. Is he a preteen now, do you
Nope.
think? It's before teen.
By that definition, so is a 2-year-old.
You know what I mean. I think if they have. No, I don't know.
Sorry, I'm really struggling here.
He's pretty mature for his age, I think. Although, to be honest, I really don't know. Besides his cousins, a lot of 10, 11-year-olds.
Praise God for that.
No, it means...
Man. All right, so let's get into Judges because we got a lot going on today. We're a little short on time.
Okay, well, let's read then. Chapter 8. Then the people of Ephraim asked Gideon, "Why have you treated us this way? Why didn't you send for us when you first went out to fight the Midianites?" And they argued heatedly with Gideon. But Gideon replied, "What have I accomplished compared to you? Aren't even the leftover grapes of Ephraim's harvest better than the entire crop of my little clan of Abiezer? God gave you victory over Oreb and Zeb, the commanders of the Midianite army. What have I accomplished compared to that?" When the men of Ephraim heard Gideon's answer, their anger subsided. Gideon then crossed the Jordan River with his 300 men, and though exhausted, they continued to chase the enemy. When they reached Succoth, Gideon asked the leaders of the town, "Please give my warriors some food. They are tired. I'm chasing Zebah and Zalmunna, the kings of Midian." But the officials of Succoth replied, "Catch Zebah and Zalmunna first, and then we'll feed your army." So Gideon said, "After the Lord gives me victory over Zebah and Zalmunna, I will return and tear your flesh with the thorns and briars from the wilderness." From there, Gideon went up to Penuel, and again asked for food, but he got the same answer. So he said to the people of Peniel, "After I return in victory, I will tear down this tower." By this time, Zebah and Zalmunna were in Karkar, with about 15,000 warriors. All that remained of the allied armies of the east, for 120,000, had already been killed. Gideon circled around by the caravan route east of Nobah and Jogbeha, taking the Midianite army by surprise. Zebah and Zalmunna, the two Midianite kings, fled, but Gideon chased them down and captured all their warriors. After this, Gideon returned from the battle by the way of Heres Pass. There he captured a young man from Succoth and demanded that he write down the names of all the 77 officials and elders in the town. Gideon then returned to Succoth and said to the leaders, "Here are Zebah and Zalmunna. When we were here before, you taunted me, saying, 'Catch Zebah and Zalmunna first, and then we will feed your exhausted army.'" Then Gideon took the elders of the town and taught them a lesson, punishing them with the thorns and briars from the wilderness. He also tore down the tower of Peniel and killed all the men in the town. Then Gideon asked Zebah and Zalmunna, "The men you killed at Tabor, what were they like?" "Like you," they replied. "They all had the look of a king's son." "They were my brothers, the sons of my own mother," Gideon exclaimed. "As surely as the Lord lives, I wouldn't kill you if you hadn't killed them." Turning to Jether, his oldest son, he said, "Kill them." But Jether did not draw his sword, for he was only a boy and was afraid. Then Zebah and Zalmunna said to Gideon, "Be a man, kill us yourself." So Gideon killed them both and took the royal ornaments from the necks of their camels. Then the Israelites said to Gideon, "Be our ruler. You and your son and your grandson will be our rulers, for you have rescued us from Midian." But Gideon replied, "I will not rule over you, nor will my son. The Lord will rule over you. However, I do have one request, that each of you give me an earring from the plunder you collected from your fallen enemies." The enemies, being Ishmaelites, all wore gold earrings. "Gladly," they replied. They spread out a cloak, and each one threw in a gold earring he had gathered from the plunder. The weight of the gold earrings was 43 pounds, not including the royal ornaments and pendants, the purple clothing worn by the kings of Midian, or the chains around the necks of their camels. Gideon made a sacred ephod from the gold and put it in Ophrah, his hometown. But soon all the Israelites prostituted themselves by worshiping it, and it became a trap for Gideon and his family. That is the story of how the people of Israel defeated Midian, which never recovered. Throughout the rest of Gideon's lifetime, about 40 years, there was a peace in the land. Then Gideon, son of Joash, returned home. He had 70 sons born to him, for he had many wives. He also had a concubine in Shechem, who gave birth to a son, whom he named Abimelech. Gideon died when he was very old, and he was buried in the grave of his father Joash at Ophrah, in the land of the clan of Abiezer. As soon as Gideon died, the Israelites prostituted themselves by worshipping the images of Baal, making Baal Berith their god. They forgot the Lord their God, who had rescued them from all their enemies surrounding them. Nor did they show any loyalty to the family of Jerubbaal, that is Gideon, despite all the good he had done for Israel.
Okay. Sorry for anybody trying to read along. I was trying something a little different with the way the scripture was displayed today. Anytime the paragraph was at the bottom of the page and there wasn't like a natural split where the bottom of the screen was, that it just ran off the page. You couldn't see it at all. I'll fix that later. But I think we got the idea. I think you did this last week too, where you said Orpah and Oprah.
Because
It's
yeah.
Ophrah.
Oh, it is. Oh my gosh. Oh, you see the
It's this-
OPH and you
yeah.
just automatically think it's
Oprah.
Oprah or Orpah.
Yeah.
Ophrah.
Ophrah.
Oh, no, it's awful. Those letters shouldn't be together.
Why, when we're translating, like we're transliterating sounds from other languages, this is a version, an English version of a sound from another language, which might have even been filtered through to, like, we might have gone from Hebrew to Greek to Latin here to like get it to English. Are we still using PH?
The H could be silent. It could be Oprah. Could it not?
No.
How do you know?
As far as I know, H is only ever silent at the beginning or end of a word.
Is that in our language or theirs?
Ours.
We have to base it off ours.
That's not Hebrew.
That's not a Hebrew word?
That is not the Hebrew rendering of it. That is
His hometown is not a Hebrew word?
no. It's an English representation of the Hebrew word, so it might be close. We can look it up.
I'm looking it up in Blue Letter Bible, which is the app that has interlinear and it has commentaries. It has, but it will tell me what the word is in the Hebrew. 8:27. And the word is, well, it's Ophrah. Ophrah. I don't really understand because
It's a really weird way of saying that.
Ophrah. Well, look at the transliteration.
I am. It's a really weird way of saying that.
It is a weird way. How do you get that from A?
Okay, so
Where's my? So this is.
okay, so this
It's so hard.
this first symbol, it doesn't typically have like a sound to it. It's more like a ah. It's just like a noise in the back of your throat.
Mm.
And then the kind of T underneath it is a symbol for an A.
Yep.
And so like I feel like
Let's see
not
if I can put it closer over here.
knowing the syntax of the word exactly. But I won't.
Ah!
Up.
There we go.
Yeah. And so that second symbol is where you're getting the f from.
Yeah.
If it has that those if there's no dot inside of it, then it's a f. If there is a dot inside of it, it's a p. And so you're getting the sound from that. That's where the f is coming from. But if I read this and like was just reading through the Bible, not being an expert at this at all, I would have said Afra.
No.
And then to make it even more interesting, it's the sentence here talks about being in the city of Afra, which is it adds letters to the word to make that happen, and so it would say be, so bafra is essentially the way it would come out, which is very close to barf, but yeah, it's an interesting thing that we're using PH to make an F sound. That's the only way that the F sound is made in Hebrew.
Afra.
Is that letter.
The PH. Oh, yeah. Okay. I spent way too long on one word.
No, you haven't. I think it's fun.
Okay.
I don't get to do it very much.
No. All right. The people of Ephraim asked, "Why have you treated us this way?" I've got to remember what happened before because it's been.
Yeah, I was gonna say, should we like recap?
Yeah. So all the men of Ephraim did as they were told. I don't really understand what happened because back here it says like they captured Oreb and Zeb, which is like pretty. Do you think Gideon's pretty manipulative? It's like, you guys handled this other thing. Look how great you are. What am I in your sight? You did this great thing, and it says their anger subsided.
Yeah, so they're really just upset they weren't initially called on to be part of the fight.
When they got sent home, or were they called later?
They didn't get sent home. They were called later. But it's like, if Gideon was just like, well, I mean, it wouldn't have mattered. I had to send 95% of the army home.
Yeah. He said his clan is
Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Isn't it?
I think so, if I remember right.
I might be wrong about that.
No, I'm almost there. Hold on. Gideon. Oh, gosh. It's in chapter 6 somewhere. It says, because my clan, Manasseh. It's the tribe of Manasseh.
Well, see, maybe there's some like sibling rivalry happening here in the tribes.
Maybe, but it doesn't say anything. I can't hear myself. It is recording me? Okay.
So this is the main,
Mm,
this is what the video is going to keep. And then these are backups. So it records all of this.
okay.
You're good.
Sometimes I can hear myself, but right now I can't hear
I don't
myself.
know that I've ever explained that, but yeah.
That's fine.
If you
I'm trying to see where they didn't get called in the first place.
If you click the knob in on your microphone, so the third light lights up.
You push it?
Yeah, click it in.
Okay.
And then twist the dial while you're talking. You'll hear more of yourself.
Hello? 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 No.
Interesting. Well, we'll figure that out later.
Should I go back?
We are, if anybody cares, we've been, we have a blessed opportunity to potentially get some funding to update some of this equipment and make it a little bit more simple. So we're hopeful and looking forward to it. It would streamline quite a bit of how this works every week. What are you looking for?
If Ephraim was ever called. So back in chapter 6.
I don't think so. They say they weren't.
I know. Back in chapter 6, before they like whittled down their group to 300, it says he blew the ram's horn. His tribe of Abiezer of Manasseh came. He also sent messengers throughout Manasseh, Asher, Zebulun, and Naphtali. But that's
maybe it's just because Ephraim and Manasseh are brothers. I think
I'm just trying to figure out why they're upset.
There's some tribal tension.
Is it because they're near their land and maybe they're like, oh, are they like headed to it now?
I wonder if the comparison here seems odd, right? Aren't your grapes better than ours? But not just that, he's comparing the tribe of Ephraim to his like family clan, which doesn't seem fair. Like,
I think it's just a way of appeasing them. It's like this kind of like snake oil salesman is what I was thinking.
It's just a strange comparison. Like,
it'd
be like somebody saying from Houston to this state of Arizona, like, well, don't you put up more money than we do? It's like, but you're a city. We're a state.
So after they whittle down to the 300, they're chasing, they're going, and then it says in chapter 7, then Gideon sent for the warriors of Naphtali, Asher, and Manasseh, who joined in chasing the army. So I guess they must have got more people than 300 at that point. And Gideon also sent messengers throughout the hill country of Ephraim, saying, come down to attack the Midianites, cut them off at the shallow crossing of the Jordan River. I'm guessing it's because they weren't originally called because they weren't in that area yet, maybe? And so this is where the men of Ephraim did as they were told. They captured Orb and Zeb. It's just this exchange that seems odd. Why didn't you call us before? Why? But even though it says that, like, more people came, down here it says in chapter 8, which we just read, that Gideon crossed the Jordan River with his 300, and though exhausted, they continued to chase the enemy. And then, do we want to talk about, no, we want to talk about these people in Succoth and the other town, I think.
Yeah. They Succoth.
What? Who? I guess we don't really know who these people of Succoth are. Are they Israelites? Are they just random people?
I mean, it's in Israel, right?
Hmm.
Pretty sure.
But they don't say like what tribe they represent or who they're with. It's this group from Succoth and Peniel.
Yeah, they're both in Israel.
So I guess you just assume that they're from some tribe.
They're both. I think they're both towns set up by Jacob, or they're both towns in Jacob's journey. So I think they're
Hmm.
both in Israel. Um, but
Go ahead.
they're terrible.
Yeah. So a little bit later, they found a young man and demanded that he write down the names of all the 77 officials and elders in the town. I guess you would know everybody, so you could do that. Like, yeah, I know every leader and elder in the town. I guess I could write all that down by name. Do you know what I mean? But also, that man is, I don't know if they're killing them, but they are like torturing them, right? With the briars from the. You think they killed them? It says they were gonna like rake the briars over them and the
I will
thorns.
tear your flesh with the thorns of the briars. I mean, it doesn't sound like they're.
I mean, I guess they might have died from that, but
I would assume so.
you think they died from it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, that it seems very death ready.
I don't want to. Okay. I guess I'll look it up.
Sorry, I'm trying to see them.
I just thought it. I thought I wasn't given the impression that they died, like that it was awful, but they didn't die from it. Gosh. Okay. Judges. Come on now. I'm in Matthew in my own study, so I gotta go backwards.
I just finished Ephesians.
Ooh. Where's this? What are you looking at?
I'm looking at. I'm trying to find a map. I'm doing it the slowest way possible, which I'm sure is great television. But
7. Okay.
yeah, I'm just not sure
Oh, I'm in the
that
wrong
this
chapter.
is really designed to be looked at on a phone.
Okay.
I got this. Doesn't matter. What I'm looking at doesn't matter. But yeah. What are you trying to find out?
The use of thorns and briars, common in the wilderness areas of Israel, symbolizes harsh judgment and suffering. This imagery is also used in other parts of the Bible to represent God's judgment, such as Isaiah 10:17 and Hosea 2:6. It doesn't tell me much.
It's bad. Whatever it is, it's insane. Gideon really does go from like hesitant to warlord pretty quickly.
That's, yes, like very confident.
Yeah. So he goes to Succoth, asks for food. They say no. Not until you do something for us first. And so Gideon says, tear you up. And then he goes to another town and asks for food and got the same answer.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening here?
Sorry, I'm reading from a commentary. Doesn't say that it's just bad. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them didn't die from it. just
Yeah, they don't
basically
exactly have good bandages and stuff.
from yeah, from bleeding to death, stuff like that. Infection. So, like this part here where they say they catch Zebah and Zalmunna, and he asks them this question, which I don't understand. He says, "The men you killed at Tabor, what were they like?" And they answer for some reason, like you. And he's like, "Those are my brothers." Uh,
So before that, he captures these two and he goes back to the town and tears down the tower. And it says he punishes them. So that seems less intense to me.
mm-hmm.
So maybe it's not a death sentence.
Well, this commentary says that it has a really strong verb that implies put under harrows, which I don't know what that means. You mean the second group weren't just punished as bad?
Well, he just tears down one of their towers. I don't really know what that's going to do to them. But no, I mean, it says when he captures these two, he comes back to the town and says in Succoth, and he then punishes them.
Mm.
Um, he took the elders of the town and taught them a lesson, punishing them with thorns and briars. That seems like less intense than I will tear your flesh.
Yeah. Verse 20. Turning to his oldest son, he told him to kill them. What? Why didn't he just do it himself? What's he trying to...
I'm telling you, he went full warlord, like
But why would he put that responsibility on his son?
to get him ready to be his own warlord.
Is that what it's about? Like his legacy or his lineage? Like, because even later it says, no, you're not going to worship me. You're not going to worship my son or my grandson.
This whole scene is, while disturbing and intense, incredibly immature.
Yeah.
Maybe he was actually, he didn't want to do it in just like cold blood himself right then and there.
So he asked his son?
Because he's a bit
I
of
would
a
never
mess.
ask. I would never ask my son to do anything that I wasn't willing to do. I wouldn't ask him to murder someone.
Oh,
I'm
that's good.
saying like I wouldn't
Glad
ask.
we're on the same page with this.
I wouldn't
Didn't really
ask.
come up in our premarital. You ever try to turn your children into a warlord? Oh, heck yeah. Let's discuss.
Every day. No, in our premarital, we discussed washing our plates and how you didn't
No.
want to wash plates.
I discussed washing our plates, and I was
Cleaning.
all for
Clean
our
your
children
plate.
washing their plates.
And I was like,
You discussed force feeding our children until they were ill. Two different
no,
things.
I didn't. I said,
I didn't say you were
they
for it.
didn't
I
have
said
to
you
clean.
discussed it.
I said they didn't have to clean your plates. And for those of you who are probably wondering what in the world we're talking about, in our premarital, and this was a translation.
15 years ago, too.
This was a translation issue between a Canadian and a Texan. And the question was, will you make your children clean their plates? But it didn't mean literally wash and put away the plate. It meant eat all the food on your plate. Or at least that's what I thought it meant.
I understood.
And so we had this huge argument.
It wasn't a huge argument. It was
enough. It was enough that the people doing our premarital were like...
We're rolling laughing in the background.
When they figured out what was wrong.
It took 2 sentences to figure out we were talking about 2 very different things.
Yeah, because he was like, I will absolutely make them clean their plates. And I was like, no.
We do chores. They got to do chores. And you're the cleanest person in the world. You love doing chores.
How can you make them eat all the food? We talked about this. They can eat till they're full. And so then when we figured it out, yes,
you know what we need to do? We need to figure out where the author was from.
I'm sure it did mean like clean the plate like in the dishwasher.
I'm telling you, if
or
these people were from
with
up
your hands,
north,
whatever.
I'd be willing to bet I had the correct interpretation, and that's all that
I'm
matters.
I'm agreeing with you.
I know. I just want the people to know.
I forgot what we were talking about.
We were talking about him making his children kill people.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I didn't know you were concerned about that.
I wasn't until you're like, oh, I would never ask our children to.
I wouldn't. I didn't.
So they said, be a man, kill us yourself.
Well, it says he's a boy. Like, he is a boy.
And so Gideon said, all right.
That's a weird thing to say. Like, either
Yeah,
were they
that's what I'm
taking
telling you. This
were
whole
they
thing, this
taking
whole
pity on the
situation
boy?
is
They're
so
like,
immature.
why would you goad somebody into killing you? Like, versus probably because if it was the boy, he wouldn't do it, right? And they'd like.
It's possible.
And then they took the royal ornaments from the necks of their camels.
Okay.
Is that like the equivalent of, and they took the, what are those things that they put on the front of your car? It's like,
Hood ornament?
and they took the hood ornament.
No, I think it's like taking the golden pistol from the warlord you've just taken down.
Golden pistol.
Right? You're like, oh.
Nobody has that. Which Bond movie have you watched lately? What
Okay, well, first, okay. I wasn't talking about a Bond movie, but very, very famously,
I know
one
it's
of
the
the
title
first
of one of
Bond
that's
movies
why
is
I
The Man
said
with the Golden Gun. But
nobody carries gold
oh my
guns
gosh.
around.
Oh my gosh. Yes, they do. It's like a whole
What Canadian back alley are you
none. It's
going into?
it's the slums of like it's African warlords. It's the like
Famous for gold guns.
yeah.
That's all they talk about.
We are off track.
You think?
Or like okay. So in a good old fashioned Western, right? When the rotten sheriff comes to town and like messes up the main character hero and takes his gun or his horse, and then the rest of the movie, the guy's getting revenge. He's like, and when he kills him, he takes his gun back or he gets his horse back. Like that's what I think of when I see that.
I thought we were talking about reality. You're clearly
Nobody
talking about fiction.
steals hood ornaments.
So it was mine we're talking about mine being wild.
Yes, it's not wild, just wrong.
I was trying to think of something.
I don't know if you've noticed, but most vehicles these days don't even have hood ornaments.
Yes,
they have all
the
gone to
fancy
some.
ones do.
No. Even like Mercedes, where it used to stick up and have the thing, now it's like just drawn onto the body. It's stupid. The only fancy ones that still do is Rolls Royce.
I was trying to think of anything that was relevant to.
It wasn't that.
I can't think of anything where you would take something
We are
off
in
your
Texas.
car.
Revolvers.
Okay.
Hubcaps, I guess.
Let's move on.
The catalytic converter.
Be our ruler. You and your son, your grandson. I was like, no, I will not rule over you, nor my son will not rule over you.
That's right.
But
We
I
couldn't
do
even
have a
kill two
request.
people.
I do have a request. I want an earring from each of you. Because that's what the Ishmaelites did. They do that like we're Ishmaelites. We all wear earrings. That's how you know we're related. It's kind of cool, though.
No, it's not.
Why?
Because they're earrings.
Okay. I
Dog tags are cool. Earrings are not.
I feel like there's more to that, but we've got nothing. We got this one line. That's all
You
we got.
spent like 10 minutes trying to figure out what was going on with these thorns. This is actually important, I think. Like culturally understanding what the point of the earrings is might be more important than figuring out if the thorns would actually hurt them.
I feel like that was a detail.
This is a detail.
I'm saying it's a cool. I brought it up.
But you have triaged it as unresearchable. Like, we got one line. That's all we got. Look it up. No, don't look it up. We don't have time. Somebody else look it up. I'd be curious to know what the significance of the earrings of the Ishmaelites
The
are.
weight of gold
Here's the thing.
was
Talk about
43 pounds. That's a lot of dead people. It's just one earring. So the fact that they got enough earrings to weigh 43 pounds, wonder if you could do that math of how many people that was.
no,
They
you don't know
probably told us
you
how
don't know
many.
how big the earrings are.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But the army they're chasing has gone from 150,000 to 15,000, right?
Yeah. Which is wild, right? They took them out with their
120,000, sorry.
300, right? It still says that he had 300 with him.
There were more people because, like, eventually he recruits others, right?
Yeah,
But
it
it's
did
still
say those tribes came to him,
not
but
120,000.
he kept, it mentioned the 300 again.
Yeah. They're the ones chasing them down when everybody's
Well,
saying
it's just something to note. It was a lot of people.
it was a lot of people. I would like to know where the Ishmaelites got that much gold. They got a mining operation going in the hills, or are they panning? Like, what?
Yes. Yes. All of those
Is
things.
it just, is back in this day, is it just like growing out of the mountains?
Well, then it wouldn't be special. It's very clearly special because they're like, they make the ephod out of it, don't they? Yeah. Ephod or ephod? I always think of that song that you,
The tabernacle.
the tabernacle song. I think in that song they say, is it ephod or is it ephod?
Yeah.
Or something like that. In Opera.
Sorry, for any kind of context to that,
You don't need context.
there is a fantastic
We should put the link.
parody song. I'll remember to do that. Fantastic parody song from The Little Mermaids Under the Sea about the tabernacle. It's amazing.
It's great.
It's on YouTube. Look it up.
It's fantastic. Let me find it. That way, at least you could Google it, right?
Just look up Tabernacle Under the Sea on YouTube.
That's what it says.
I'm sure you'll find it. It's the internet. It's pretty good. Stop
Tabernacle.
playing music while we're trying to do our podcast.
I wasn't.
Phone's vibrating over there. It's just
Look,
zero
when I
etiquette.
opened it, it
doesn't matter.
It automatically played.
I do not have time to figure it out and put it in the description today. Y'all can look it up.
It's not there.
It's got to be there.
It's not.
How did Disney get it taken down?
Ooh.
That's scummy.
Known for their goodness and kindness and. Well, I Googled what you said, but.
If these episodes had titles, maybe this is the one where we try to find stuff on our phone that you can't see for some reason.
Oh my gosh. I'm looking it up, but I can't actually remember what the thumbnail even looks like. So,
Oh my gosh.
is it gone? Nope, that's not it.
Sounds lovely.
That's not it. The tabernacle song is loud and obnoxious.
No, but I have just found
Uh,
the dancing priest from the St. Anne's Episcopal Church YouTube channel does You'll Be Back, a church parody of a song from Hamilton.
oh no,
And I am going to listen to this later.
I can't look it up. I don't know how. Do you remember some of the lyrics?
You've got to talking about the high priest is like something I've got to wear it. I cannot believe this has just been purged from the internet. Now we look absolutely insane.
I think it's fine.
It's not fine. This is not fine.
We gotta finish talking about.
Out of all the garbage on the internet, this is what they get rid of?
Maybe somebody took it down because they felt bad for the ridiculousness of the song.
It's awesome. I saw that. Don't forget, I have like 4 versions of your face in front of me.
You're looking at your phone. You
I
can't
have
see me.
peripheral vision.
Okay. They make the ephod, and everybody immediately worships it.
Listen to me. Being an Israelite
Did you find it?
is better than anything they got out there. Our leader, his name is Moses.
It's so good. It's just called The Tabernacle, and it's on a YouTube channel by Philip Jenkins.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, I can't believe you found it. So, they. You should have gone to the chorus. That's the best part.
The animals ain't happy. On the altar they pay their toll. The offering makes God happy, but sins don't go away, they roll. And so every day I have to offer up another sacrifice. I wish that there was a way to once and for all pay the price. Oh well, tabernacle, tabernacle. We take care of it. I like it, I love it. To Torty McGraw. And if you are not impressed yet, check out this turban on my head. I'm wearing linen, dealing with sin in the tabernacle.
It's so good. And it does highlight some of the amazingness that is in the book of Exodus.
No, we have to stop. My cheeks hurt so much. Please.
How do I find a way to work this into a sermon?
Please. I don't know.
You don't have to
You're
worry
not
about
even
it.
in. You're not in.
We're going verse by verse through Mark. It's going to be a while.
Yeah. So they're worshiping the ephod, like I said, and it became a trap for Gideon and his family.
Oh, that became a trap. Not any of the other stuff. Not his incredibly power-hungry attitude. I'm really reading into this. I don't know if that's what's happening, but that's what it feels like.
You called him a warlord.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't exactly compliment him.
It doesn't matter because you know what happens is it says down here at the bottom he had many wives.
Yeah, he was a mess.
He had 70 sons and then one, which is interesting that one
All those
born
parent-teacher visits? Good grief.
one son born to a concubine in Shechem.
What were the other 69 wives?
Oh, that's right. Why does he get like many wives and one
All right.
concubine?
You can be a wife. You can be a wife. Not you. Over there. You can be a wife. You're like, what is this?
Well, you know it comes back to bite him because that one son is the one that goes and kills all the others in the next chapter. And I know that's getting ahead of the story, but he literally kills everybody. And
If only you had made her a wife too.
Yeah, I know. I bet that aided him, like, because that meant he wasn't an official son.
Oh no, I'm not going to get my 171st of the inheritance. How many children did he have? Oh, it doesn't say he had 70 wives. It says he has 70 children, right?
Yeah.
70 sons.
From many wives.
From many wives. Okay.
And one concubine.
And one concubine.
That we know of.
Poor guy's like, I want my 171th of the inheritance. I guess 172nd because the firstborn gets 2.
And they forgot the Lord their God. My gosh, that is the scariest sentence.
This is how every judge ends, though, right? The judge dies, the people move on, and they forgot.
But that is so scary. It is so scary. Like, I can't think of anything worse.
This is where I think I talked about this recently a couple Sundays ago, where like we give the Israelites a bad rap a lot of the time, but we kind of forget how much time this covers.
Yeah.
And we go, oh my gosh, it's like, oh, God did something, and then tomorrow they forgot about it. It's like, no, there are generations in between.
Time. Yeah.
And so while it is scary and terrible and it's something we need to avoid, it is not super unrelatable that over the course of a lifetime they forgot what God did 30 years ago. We can barely remember what he did yesterday.
Like if somebody's writing our history down, I mean, people are writing our history down right now. And somebody say right now for our culture and our people, they forgot the Lord.
Yeah. But we remember the World Cup.
I don't think anybody will remember this cup 4 years from now.
Yes, they will.
You think so? Because I'll be in the cup
The
that
team
they're
that
in.
got second got in a fight when it was over.
Yeah.
And the one guy kneeling on the field praying. So I heard a story today, and this is somewhat serious note. One of the pastors I followed did an interview, and he said his dad was a pastor, and he was called to be a pastor when he was like 15, 16. And so he told his dad.
Hmm.
And his dad said, if you want to be a good pastor, you got to find a good pastor who
Oh,
can speak into you and ask them questions.
how interesting.
And so he found a church. He found a pastor that he respected.
This is before they become a pastor.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a man who led the second biggest church in America at the time.
Hmm.
And he said, I knew I probably couldn't get like in front of him at church, but I did find out that he led the new members class. So he's
Wow.
like, that's usually a pretty small group. I'm gonna go like photobomb that class. And so he does, and he says at the end of he said, I went to shake his hand on the way out, and I talked to him, and I said, look, I have no interest in becoming a member of your church, but I want to be a pastor. And I was wondering, I know you're really busy, if I could just sit down with you, take you to lunch, and ask you some questions.
Yeah.
And he said, look, talk to my assistant. I'd love to do it. We'll set some time. This is in 2001.
Wow.
Well,
this is pastor was?
This is in 2000. This is in 1999.
Okay. Are you leading up to who the pastor was?
I don't remember his name.
Ah,
Doesn't matter.
you said the second largest church.
Yeah, I don't remember. Doesn't matter. It's not the point.
Okay.
Point is, he's very busy. It's a big church.
Sure.
And he's pretty well respected at the time. And so the assistant says, all right, I've booked you for September 2001.
So it's
2 years later.
oh.
And so
Oh
the
my
guy
gosh.
goes, okay. So he continues to think about these. Like, I spent 2 years thinking about what I would ask this guy.
Is he like a very young man, still like
He
a
was
teenager?
16 when this
Oh,
happened.
okay, so he's got
And
time.
so he is in his
guess.
first year of seminary, and it's time to, I'm sure they just wanted to see, he's like, if I would actually show up.
Okay.
So I go to meet him for lunch. It's September 13th, 2001. And so he spends 2 hours with him, asking him questions.
Yeah.
20 questions later, this is not the point. He says, if you want to, the most important decision you will ever make, if you want to be a good pastor, is not what seminary you go to. It's not what church you're part of, not what denomination. It's the woman you marry. Which was great. And then he says, so we go back, I drop him off, and the assistant says, do you know what just happened? And he's like, yeah, he gave me 2 hours instead of 1. And the assistant's like, no. He said he got invited to come on the national television, one of the biggest networks, to do a talk about God in the midst of the wake of 9/11. They wanted him to come do this. They had several people be like, what about now? What about now? Like, it was right 2 days after 9/11. They had this big plan. But he's like, no, I promised this kid I would have lunch with him.
I think that was more important.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Because the pouring into people that will be preachers and teachers of God's word, especially somebody who wants to take on the role of a pastor, is far more outcome, probably.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and plus this man's huge now, right? This guy I'm talking about has a huge ministry online, he's the lead pastor of a big church, an amazing preacher.
Who is it?
I never remember his name. His name's Josh.
That's amazing. That's an amazing story. Like
there was 2 points to the story. Lake Point Church is the name of the church that he pastors now.
Hmm.
I've shown him to you before. He's a Southern guy. His name's Josh. It's this guy.
Oh yeah. The guy with the hat.
So he said in this podcast he's talking about it. the conversation was about like all these church pastors that are being exposed for doing terrible things and why we don't like. This is all people know about the church is it's corrupt and it's full of these people. And he said it's because the planes that land safely never make the news.
Okay, yeah.
Right? You only hear stories about airplanes that crash.
Yeah.
So like you only hear the bad, and it's the same for the church. And it's not fair that you tell the whole world this is what the church is. If you're not willing to say aviation is the most unsafe thing in the world because people keep crashing, when statistically it's one of the safest ways to travel.
Yeah.
It's a weird oddity of stats, but it's still.
Mm.
So he said that was the one thing. There are good stories, but people never ask about them.
Yeah.
They don't make the news. And the second part of it was about how important it is for a person to keep his word. God always keeps his word. When a man makes a promise, he's supposed to fulfill that promise.
Mm.
And so it was this like trickle down of people remember God because they invested in that pastor, and he invested in people behind him, and he kept his word, and he followed the wisdom in Proverbs. And the beginning of Proverbs basically says the first step to attaining wisdom is
To gain knowledge.
go seek wisdom.
Mm.
And so you find the pastor that led the church. That was his whole point.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting is like you're bound to forget God.
Yeah.
If you don't tell the stories. And
Oh
he was the same guy who said at the table, right? When you're talking with your kids grow up, they tend to like nowadays youth go to church when they're young and then they grow up and you lose them.
Yeah.
And he said it's because of the stories being told at the table.
Mm. At the dinner
Right.
table.
Which stories are going to win out. And so like his parents were the ones saying like, hey, I got this person that this widow in church is struggling. What would you guys think if we gave them $1,000? And that wasn't what was happening in the family. They weren't able to do that. It was him paraphrasing a story from Jesus and trying to make the cool things, the things that tugged on their hearts constantly, the louder stories in their life.
Yeah.
And so you're going to forget God if you don't make an intentional point of remembering God, telling those stories, which I thought was interesting, which is why Judges is written down.
Yeah, you're right. Because we need these examples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho, that was my morning.
That's what you saw that video this morning?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I see like 3 of his a day, and they're always great.
Yeah.
This is the first one I didn't just straight up save, though. I usually save them in a list of things to remember. Yeah.
Yeah. I finished Matthew this morning.
Finished Ephesians. So sorry, was there more to that?
The end of each gospel is always kind of a roller coaster of.
The gospel does this, and then it goes.
Yeah.
And then very quickly.
Yes, very quickly. Very quickly.
Get that whiplash.
And I still feel like even after I know what happens and I know what happens, it's still like kind of sad.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, I do know why, but like, it's like good grief.
Yeah.
That is the only definition of good grief. I don't know if we said it on here. I know I've said it
No, I don't think we have.
On a sermon or something. But when we were in school, when we were in training, we had a lot of people in our session were from all over.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was the word.
Very diverse.
From all over the world, and we had 2 couples from South Korea.
Yep.
And I remember. I think we were going to our first. What do you call it when you go to the Corps?
First preaching Sunday?
No.
Brigade Sunday?
We weren't even in brigades yet. It was like, because they sent second years with us, and we all just went out. And there were like 12 of us in a van, and we stopped at a gas station. And I was in front, and you were driving, I think.
Yes.
Because I wouldn't have been in front if you weren't driving.
Do you remember why we stopped at the gas station?
Well, yeah, I'm leading up to it. I think that's the reason why. I didn't remember if we needed gas or not. But we stopped at a gas station because the second year behind me, who was like 19, and I was like 26.
This was an evangelism
27.
thing. So we were going to a church to go intentionally share the gospel.
I'm leading up to the story. None of that's important.
It is.
She gets really sick, so we stop. And she throws up everywhere in the van. Like, she's in the front seat behind me.
She was essentially having a panic attack.
Oh, yeah, because she was
nervous.
It doesn't matter. Like, that's not the point of the story. But Minky, who was our session mate, he cleans it all up. Like, no problem. I'm sick.
Basically close to vomiting herself.
It was like, none of it got on me, but it might as well have been.
It was in the van.
And he cleans it all up. But in my frustration or something, I'm like, good grief. And him being from South Korea and
ESL.
still learning a lot of English, like, this makes no sense. Like, this phrase means the complete opposite things. And it's just a thing that I say, I guess.
How can you have good grief?
Yes, that's what he said. How can you have good grief?
So shouldn't the expression be bad grief?
It should be bad grief. That is what he said. That is what he said, which is an amazing observation.
Yeah.
But I think the only case of good grief is like the cross.
Oh, I think there's lots of good grief for Christians.
You think so? Yeah, I guess so.
If you're persecuted for my name, you'll be blessed in heaven. Like, you can grieve over the persecution you're currently receiving, but it's good grief because it's for something good. When your loved one dies, it's saved and they go to heaven. Like, it's
Yeah.
I think there's lots of good grief.
Okay, there's lots.
But I don't know why Charlie Brown says it.
I don't know why he says it either.
I don't think Charles Schultz is
Some sort of phrase developed in the South, I guess.
You're
made popular by Peanuts.
Right about that. You said something. Oh, so I finished Ephesians today, which is interesting to me because tried to plan out like a trajectory and some sermons for the year for the school year now that we're getting into the season. And started somewhere, I prayed, ended up somewhere else, and now we're doing this series on being imitators of God, which comes from Ephesians 5. I wasn't in Ephesians when I started this on Monday. And then by the end of the week, I've now read through Ephesians 5 a few times because it's in my devotions, which I didn't anticipate. So yeah, that was cool. I was thinking, oh yeah, here we are.
Yeah.
Get the little refresher.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not doing Ephesians on Sunday. It's just our theme verse.
Yeah. So. We should pray.
Yeah.
Because I think somebody should be here soon.
Yep. Ready?
Yes.
Lord, thank you for this day and for this opportunity just to come and look at your word and see what it has for us, even when it is foreign and gruesome and strange. There's still interesting things to take away. May we never forget you and not forget the things that you do or take you for granted, and just ask that you keep us all in your will and in your grace and in your love until we return together. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was a little all over the place. Don't ask your children to kill people. Go watch the Tabernacle video and don't forget about God.
Yep. Yep.
And on that, adios.